In our lives, we often think of the mind and body as two different things. But in truth, they are always working together. When the mind is calm, the body feels lighter. When the body is in pain, the mind can become cloudy. They speak to each other in quiet ways. Let us think of a simple example. When you feel nervous before speaking to someone, your stomach may feel tight. Your hands may sweat. This is not just in your head. Your body is responding to your thoughts. In the same way, when your body is tired, your thinking becomes slow. You may feel more negative or confused. This shows us that the mind and body are not separate. They are like two sides of the same coin. In Buddhism, we say everything is connected. This includes your thoughts, your emotions, and your physical body. When you carry anger or fear for a long time, your body holds that feeling. Maybe your shoulders become stiff, or your breathing becomes shallow. These are signs. They are ways your body is speaking to you. Sometimes, we try to control the mind by force. We say, I should not feel this way, or I must stay strong. But the more we fight, the more tired we become. It is like holding water in your hand. If you hold it too tight, it slips through your fingers. The mind becomes more peaceful when we stop trying to control it all the time, and instead begin to observe. So, the first step is not to fix the body or the mind. The first step is to see, to become more aware of how they affect each other. When you feel something in your body, ask yourself, what is the mind doing right now? When you feel lost in your mind, ask, what is my body feeling right now? This small practice of attention is not hard. You do not need any tools, just the willingness to notice. When you begin to see clearly, both your mind and your body begin to settle, naturally, and without pressure. This is the beginning of harmony. When your mind is at ease, your body often shows it. Your face becomes softer. Your shoulders relax. Even the way you walk or sit can change. People may not notice it with their eyes, but they can feel it around you. In the same way, when the mind is troubled, the body begins to carry that weight. You may move more quickly, speak with less patience, or feel a heaviness inside. The body is honest. It does not lie. It cannot pretend the way the mind sometimes does. Even if you smile and say, I'm fine, your body may still feel tight, cold, or restless. That is why it is so important to check in with the body from time to time. It is like a mirror. It shows you what is happening inside. Some people believe they must push their body hard in order to be strong. But real strength comes from balance. If you always run, you forget how to stand still. If you always carry others, you forget how to rest. The body needs both movement and stillness, both doing and not doing. When these are in balance, the body feels alive but calm. This balance also helps the mind to settle. There is a deep wisdom in the way the body holds itself. When we sit in a calm and steady way, the mind often follows. When we breathe in a slow and steady rhythm, our thoughts also slow down. This is not magic. It is a natural connection, one that has always been there. We have just forgotten how to notice it. You do not need to be perfect to find balance. Life moves like the ocean, sometimes calm, sometimes rough. What matters is not to control the waves, but to learn how to move with them. When you learn to trust the body and listen to it, it begins to guide you. It helps you return to your center again and again. Your body is not separate from your spiritual path. It is part of it. By learning to care for it gently and with respect, you begin to care for your whole self. And in that care, peace begins to grow, slowly, quietly, and deeply. Much of our inner world is shaped not by big events, but by small actions we repeat each day. These habits may seem simple or unimportant, but over time, they leave deep marks on both the mind and the body. What you do every morning, how you eat, how you speak, and how you rest, all of these shape your inner landscape. For example, if you begin your day in a rush, checking your phone quickly, skipping breakfast, and thinking about problems, your mind begins to race. Your body becomes tense without you even noticing. This fast and noisy beginning stays with you. It becomes the background for your whole day. But imagine a different start. You wake up and sit for just a moment before doing anything. You take 1 or 2 deep breaths. You stretch your body slowly. You drink a warm cup of tea without looking at a screen. These may seem like small things, but they send a message to your whole being. It is okay to go slowly. It is safe to begin the day with care. In the same way, the words we use matter. When we speak kindly, without rushing or pushing, the body relaxes. Even when talking to ourselves, the tone of voice inside our head has power. If that voice is always critical or worried, the body becomes tired. If the voice is gentle, the body opens. Eating is another simple habit that shapes us deeply. Many people eat while walking, working, or watching something, but eating slowly, with full attention, helps the body to rest and take in what it needs. It also reminds the mind to pause, to return to the present moment. Rest is not only about sleep. Rest is also the spaces between actions, the few minutes when we pause before moving to the next thing. These pauses are important. They are like small bridges that help the mind and body to stay connected. You do not need to change your life all at once. Just notice your habits. Which ones bring you calm? Which ones bring tension? Choose one small thing and begin there. A softer morning, a slower meal, a quiet moment before sleep. These small changes, done with care, can quietly open the door to a more peaceful life. The body is always speaking, but it does not use words. It speaks through feeling, movement, tension, and energy. Most of the time, its voice is soft, so soft that we do not hear it. We are often too busy, too distracted, or too focused on our thoughts. But if we learn to listen, even a little, the body begins to tell us what it needs. Sometimes the body feels heavy, even when we have not done much. Sometimes the chest feels tight, even when nothing bad has happened. These are not random feelings. They are signals. The body may be saying, "I need rest," or "There is something I don't want to feel." When we ignore these signs, they grow louder. Pain, illness, or deep tiredness may follow. Listening to the body does not mean trying to fix everything right away. It means being curious. For example, if your shoulders are tight, pause and ask gently, "What am I carrying?" If your stomach feels uneasy, ask, "Is there something I don't want to face?" These questions are not for the mind to answer quickly. They are an invitation to stay with the feeling for a little while, without running away. Many of us were taught to be strong by pushing through pain, but real strength is softer. It comes from knowing when to stop, when to care, and when to let go. The body can guide us in this, but only if we pay attention. Even a small shift, sitting more upright, relaxing the jaw, loosening the hands, can change how we feel inside. The more we listen, the more we understand our own patterns. Maybe you notice your body becomes tight every time you speak with a certain person, or your breathing becomes shallow when you take on too much work. These are important messages. They help you see not just what is outside you, but what is happening within. You do not need to wait until the body screams. You can learn to hear its whisper, the quiet feeling in the chest, the change in breath, the warmth or coolness in your hands. These are like small bells, reminding you to come home to yourself. To live in a balanced way, the first step is not control, but listening. And the body is always ready to speak, if you are ready to listen. We often think of breath as just something the body does on its own. But how we breathe is closely linked to how we think and feel. The same is true for posture. The way we sit, stand, or move can affect the mind more than we realize. These two, breath and posture, are simple but powerful tools for bringing clarity to the mind. When the mind is busy or stressed, the breath becomes short and fast. You may not even notice it. But if you pause and take one slow, full breath, something changes. The mind begins to slow down. It becomes easier to see things clearly. You do not need to force the breath. Just notice it and let it grow softer and deeper, like water finding its level. In the same way, posture can shape your inner state. When you slump or collapse your body, the mind becomes heavy. Thoughts may feel cloudy or negative, but when you sit or stand with your spine gently upright, it creates a sense of stability inside. You feel more present, more grounded. This is not about looking perfect. It is about feeling aligned, like your body and mind are in the same place. These small changes can have a big effect. Imagine sitting quietly with your back straight and your hands resting gently. Your breath moves like a calm wave. Even if thoughts come, they pass more easily. The mind has space. It does not get caught as quickly. This space is what brings clarity, not more thinking, but less noise. In daily life, you can return to breath and posture at any time. Waiting in line, walking down the street, sitting at a table. These are all chances to come back. Ask yourself, how am I breathing right now? Or, how is my body holding itself? These simple questions bring you out of the mind spinning and back into the present. You do not need special training. You do not need to escape to a quiet place. Your breath is always with you. Your body is always here. They are steady companions, ready to help you return to balance. In this way, clarity is not something far away. It is already inside you, waiting beneath the noise. Through breath and posture, you begin to uncover it. Gently, naturally, and without force. In a world that moves so fast, we often look for big answers or special experiences to bring us peace. But true peace often comes from small actions, done with care, again and again. These repeated actions may seem ordinary, but they have great power when done with full presence. Think about something simple, like washing your hands, folding clothes, or sweeping the floor. These are not special tasks. You do them every day. But when you give your full attention to the movement, to the touch, to the rhythm, something shifts. The mind becomes quieter. The body becomes more steady. You are no longer chasing the next thing. You are right here. Many spiritual paths speak of devotion or practice. In daily life, your practice can be anything that brings you back to this moment. Pouring tea slowly, walking without rushing, sitting for a few minutes with your eyes open, simply breathing. These small actions, repeated with care, begin to shape the heart. Over time, they build a foundation that can hold you, even during difficult days. The power of repetition is not in doing something perfectly. It is in the gentle return. Every time you come back to a simple action with awareness, you are teaching the mind to soften. You are telling the body, it is safe to rest. This creates a kind of inner rhythm, like a quiet song that plays beneath all the noise. In difficult times, when the mind feels lost or the heart feels heavy, these small actions can become a path back home. You don't need to solve everything at once. You can take one step, Light one candle, take one breath, clean one corner of a room. These small acts remind you that peace is not far away. It is always close, hidden in the ordinary. Over time, these repeated actions become more than habits. They become anchors. They help you stay steady in a world that often pulls you in many directions. They remind you that even in the middle of noise and change, there is a place inside that does not move. Peace does not need to be dramatic. It can be quiet. It can grow slowly. And it can begin with the smallest of things, done with presence, done with love, done again and again. When the mind and body begin to move together, something soft and steady begins to grow inside. It is not loud. It does not shout for attention. But it is real. You may begin to feel more at ease in your own skin. You may notice moments of stillness between thoughts, or a quiet strength rising from within. This harmony does not come from effort alone. It comes from care, from paying attention, from slowing down enough to notice what is already here. When you stop trying to force the mind or ignore the body, they start to support each other, like two friends walking side by side. You may still feel stress, confusion, or sadness from time to time. That is natural. But with this deeper connection, you begin to meet those feelings differently. Instead of being pulled in many directions, you can stay close to your center. You respond rather than react. You walk with more peace, even in the middle of change. There is no final goal, no perfect state to reach, just the path itself, step by step, breath by breath. Each day is a chance to return, to listen, to care. And this path is always open to you, no matter your age, your past, or your beliefs. Sometimes what you need is already inside you. Not something new to learn, but something old to remember. Your body knows how to rest. Your mind knows how to return to stillness. All it takes is a little space, a little kindness, and a willingness to begin again. If these words have offered you even a small sense of calm or reflection, I'm deeply grateful. To those of you who have liked this video, subscribed to the channel, left thoughtful comments, or sent a super thanks, thank you from my heart. Your support allows me to continue sharing in this quiet way. May your days be touched by balance. May you find steadiness in simple things. And may the connection between your mind and body bring you peace wherever you are.